G'day guys, my name's Luke from Bazooka Motorsport. Today we're going to be installing these Just Race Parts gauges into our hill climb Civic. Alright, so today we've got the oil pressure, oil temp and volts gauges from Just Race Parts. We've also ordered from them a sandwich plate and a thread adapter for our oil filter. Now make sure to do your research guys on what thread adapter you'll need for your application. Let's get into the unboxing. As we can see here, you can actually QR code and scan to get instructions and whatnot to install the appropriate gauge. We've got some mounting hardware, wiring, self-tappers, a little bit more wiring. That looks like maybe the sensor there, mounting plate, and of course my favorite part, the gauge itself. We can see the finish on these products here is pretty solid. Definitely beats what you'll find at your normal sort of car parts stores. 10 color LCD display, perfect for motorsport. Can see them just fine in the daytime when you're out on the track, things like that. I've seen a lot of the more analog style ones fail on cars, four-wheel drives, those types of things. And off the bat, I've kind of got a liking to these digital ones a bit more. Alright, so here we have the sandwich plate and the thread adapter. This sandwich plate's actually got two spots here for sensors, so you can run your oil temp and oil pressure off the same sandwich plate, which is super helpful. And here's our thread adapter. That just sits in there. Tighten that up like it would be an oil filter, and then your oil filter goes on top. Alright guys, now let's get the car jacked up. Let's get our oil filter off and let's get started. Trick for our Honda guys out there, you've actually got a second spot to put your bonnet stand all the way up here, so you can have your bonnet on an almost 90-degree angle when working on your engine bay. Alright, looks like you can actually run 3 off these. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the sandwich plate in. We're going to screw our temp in one side and our pressure probably next to it. Run those out sort of to where we want them in the engine bay and go from there. Alrighty, so we've just attached our sensors to the sandwich plate and tighten it all up. Now we're just going to sort of run these to one of the bungs in the firewall and get them through to our dash. Alright guys, day 2 of the gauge install. We ended up taking the sandwich plate off and just adding a little bit of sealant to the threads. Also ended up putting a new oil filter on there, just making sure everything's sound. So for the wiring, we ended up just going off of our instrument cluster, splicing in a few cables there. Included in the kit, you do have some cables you can run from your fuse box and tap in there. That's also a not bad way to do it. So now what we're going to get up to is just using these here. These are piggyback cables that we can run from each gauge. That way we only need to power up one, and then we're going to mount them all in car on our dash. Okay, so as for mounting our gauges, we want them just up here facing the driver. They come with these bags here, and essentially included in these bags are a mounting bracket, a little stick-on, so we can stick that down on there. And have them nicely there. So something really cool about these gauges, and more so the pods, is you only have to tighten the screw. Since this here is the same shape as the nut, it actually holds it as you tighten that screw. done the hill climb. Happy to say the gauges worked fine. Really gave us a lot of confidence on the day to make sure the car was operating correctly, up to the right temps, all that jazz. That's going to do it today for the vid, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and a subscribe. Check out Just Race Parts, they do amazing products. We'll have a video on the hill climb and a bit of a review on the gauges coming out shortly.